What's going on, you guys? My name is Seapeekay. Welcome back to another video. Now, the issue you're probably seeing straight away is that this audio doesn't match up to the face cam in the video. And that is because I am an idiot. So I am bulk recording a bunch of videos because I'm going away. Because I'm an idiot, I accidentally deleted the audio for this whole video, and it made me really sad because you know what? The video was actually a good one too. Like the stuff I did in the episode was really fun. And I don't want to lose that footage, so what I decided to do instead was probably one of the most requested videos I get anyway. And I just checked, and I don't think I've really spoke about it in a video before. I know I've spoke about it on stream and things like that, but never in a video, I don't think. So I thought I'd just tell you guys how I met all my friends, because how everyone asks me that all the time. I literally did an Instagram Q&A last night, and people were literally saying, like, how did you meet Lizzie and Joel, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to tell you that story from the beginning to the end, and we'll go from there. I think that sounds like a good idea. So ignore the fact that you know that the audio is desynced, because obviously it's not even the same words, and just listen to the story, okay? So it all started a long time ago, maybe 5 years ago actually. Me and my friend Edge, who used to be on the channel a whole bunch, were literally hanging out on like probably Skype at that time. People were still using Skype back then, and yeah, basically, we both followed Lizzie on Twitter because she was making Minecraft content, and we watched some Minecraft content. And Lizzie tweeted out something along the lines of, like, my timeline's really empty right now. There's nothing to look at or something. And my friend Edge was like, hey, that's because you don't follow me and at Seapeekay. So a really ballsy move on Edge's part, okay? Because bear in mind, we're tiny content creators at this point. I mean, tiny. I think Edge had like maybe 20,000 subs. I had probably like 6,000, if that, I think. I don't even know. So, yeah, he tweeted us saying, that's because you don't follow me and Seapeekay. To our surprise, Lizzie actually followed both of us. And then it kind of just, I guess, snowballed from there. I don't remember even the exact timeline myself, honestly. But like we would speak via Twitter and stuff. And I think I got her on Skype. And we probably played some games together. I'm pretty sure one of the first games I remember playing with her is World of Warcraft, which I'd never really played before. But again, I had the opportunity to play. I was like, yeah, sure, let's just play it. Let's hang out. And then from that, I got to know some of the other people. But it all really started being like properly friends in like inverted quotes, not that you can see because the webcam's completely different. It all started when I was watching Lizzie. Lizzie was streaming on Twitch. She was streaming Outlast, the horror game. And I was watching her stream, and it was very funny. And Joel was in the chat. He was moderating her chat for her. You know, I knew who Joel was from his, like, Call of Duty stuff. The first video I actually ever saw of Joel's was the day he quit YouTube. For those of you who don't know, Joel quit way back in the day. And then actually made like a comeback. So Joel was in the chat, and someone said to Joel, where do you go to university? Because Joel was at the age where he should be going to university. And he said, it's in York, but I don't go to uni, I go to college. And I was like, hold on. So at this point, I'm 20 I think, or 21. I went to college late. So college in the UK you go to when you're 16, by the way. It's not the same as being 18 in America. We go to college when we're 16, and yeah, I went to college when I was 16. I dropped out, and then I went back when I was 17, and I dropped out, and then I just got a job instead. I just worked. And then I had the opportunity to go back when I was like sort of 19, 20, 21. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Why not? So I was actually going to college in York as well. So when I saw Joel say this, I replied to him saying, that's insane. I go to York College. And he was like, I don't believe you. He's like, no, you don't. I was like, I swear to God, I go to York College right now. I am a student right there. I can tell you anything you want to know about it. I was like, I study print-based media. Hit me with some questions. I'll answer them. He said, okay, name the media teachers for me. Which was easy for me because I actually was going to York College. So I named all 3 media teachers that I dealt with. And at that point, he was like, oh, that's insane. So he knew. And then he followed me on Twitter. And this is where it gets fun, guys. This is a really fun story, okay? Because I was just a big old fanboy. Like, I was a fan of Lizzie's, and I was a fan of Joel. And by, like, proxy, like, I knew what a big deal Joel was back in the day. And his Call of Duty stuff was crazy. So Joel followed me on Twitter, and I literally saw it happen, and I called Edge. I was so excited that that happened, that I called Edge. And I was like, oh my God, Smaller Streets has followed me on Twitter. blah, 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 blah. And I explained the situation to him, and he was just like, that's crazy. What the hell? I don't know what was happening. It was actually nuts. And then obviously it just went from there, kind of like we would speak a whole bunch. We played games together and things. And yeah, and then like from there, that's where I met like the whole group. Like I kind of met like Ollie from those guys and Yami. And Scott was in a similar situation to me, I think, actually. Scott was like a fan of LIZZIE. I think he met them at an event. And from there, he just like slowly became friends with them and stuff like that, same way I did. And I think one of the first times I remember meeting Joel, definitely, was he invited me and Edge over to his house. And he had an air rifle, and we shot tins, like cans, out of trees and stuff, basically, whilst listening to like montage songs from Call of Duty, because we're really cool people, by the way. And I might even have a picture of that, actually. I'll try and source the picture, and if I found it, it'll be on the screen now. And then again, like some of the earlier meetings, I remember we went for Yami's birthday one time, and like we went out and had like food and drinks at a place. And again, I know this picture exists, so I will try and find the picture, because we're all so fetal. Like, it's like 5 years ago, so we all look like little babies. I mean, I wasn't a baby 5 years ago. I was 22, because I'm 27 now, okay? That is depressing. So I'm 27 now. I've known these guys since I was like sort of 21, and they've just become like my best group of friends for sure. And yeah, we would hang out a whole bunch. Like it literally just became like a regular friendship. Like we would collab making like gaming videos, I guess, together. And then like when we had the chance, like we would all go and hang out together. By some chance, I actually only lived about 20 minutes away from LIZZIE and Ollie at that time, actually. I actually only lived like 20 minutes away from them. And then since then, we've actually all stayed kind of close together. Like I moved to Sheffield when other people did and things like that. So it's kind of like the TV series Friends, but it's not quite so close. We're not all in apartments together. But you know, I've kind of always lived within like sort of 20 or 30 minutes of everyone. So it's pretty easy for us to hang out because the UK is not that big, guys. In comparison to like the States, where you can make friends online and have to fly like 10 hours to see them. The furthest I'll have to drive here is like 4 hours probably. So, you know, the UK is kind of small and it's easy to travel around. The train systems are good. Like, so being friends with people is pretty easy. But yeah, I'll try and find a bunch of the old pictures just because they're so funny. I remember I went around to LIZZIE's house. The first time I ever went to LIZZIE's house. I don't remember what it was for. I don't know if it was for someone's birthday or if it was just to hang out, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have no idea. I remember the first time I went to Ollie's house. And we played Rock Band, and he had a bunch of his like uni friends there because Ollie went to uni, and he had some uni friends there. So I was like worlds colliding for the first time. But yeah, I remember like all my first experiences of meeting the guy, and like honestly, everyone's just so normal, and I guess it's just kind of proof. Like, you know, I was just a fan of these guys essentially, and it turned into an actual friendship. Like these guys are literally like my best friends now. Like I would go to them with any problem I have. I would talk to them like pretty much every day. We speak most days at this point. Obviously, we're all adults, so sometimes life gets in the way and we have things that we're doing. And like, if we go away on like holidays, we'll probably still like tweet each other. We have like a bunch of like Twitter DMs with everyone in. So like, you know, we'll probably still tweet and DM, but like we can't always speak in person. And as I said, we're adults, so like life gets in the way. We can't always hang out. But like now we have a weekly D&D session. So like we play Dungeons and Dragons together, like a group of us. And we always find ways to hang out. And I think that's pretty much the story of how I met the guys. You know, there's probably like some discrepancies that I missed out or some things that aren't 100% accurate. But like, I can't remember. It was like 5 or 6 years ago, guys. Like, I've known these people for a long time now. So yeah, hopefully that satisfies the story. I think it probably should. I mean, everyone always asks me how it happens. So hopefully now that, you know, tells you how it happened. I'm not saying you should tweet all your favorite YouTubers and like ask them to be friends. But because I see like that's how it looks like it worked out for me, which it is kind of how it worked out. So I'm not saying don't do it, but you know, I guess I just got lucky and now I have such an incredible group of friends. I'm very, very blessed to have such a supportive group of people around me, who are so similar as well. Like, you know, we all have very similar interests and we're similar sense of humor and things like that. So I'm very, very lucky is what I'm trying to say. This has just turned into a big like smush fest now. I'm just feeling all emotional because, you know, everyone's nice. But yeah, and now obviously everyone has helped with my career too, 100%. I would not be here without the support of all my friends. There's no way. So, you know what? Just big up my friends, okay? I love those guys. Hopefully that satisfies your need for the story, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me. I know that this video has been a bit weird because the audio hasn't matched up to the video. But hopefully this has been fine anyway. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video on my channel.